Hi all, welcome in next video of Dev Essential. Okay, so I'm sorry for the guys. I'm recording this video after a long time. So we will be covering up a new topic today. So we are targeting to get a new topic from the full stack development. So I picked up today's topic is related to a wireframe. Okay, so if you guys working in a development environment, or you guys are related to you like understanding the like key terms for the full stack development, you will be knowing about the wireframes, what are the wireframes, and how we are creating the wireframes. Okay, so, like in the development part, like if we talk about the wireframes, so wireframes are nothing but a prototype for the designing the screen, for developing a new part of the application, for creating a new application. So basically, it provides us the like way of thinking. Okay, before the development initiated for any particular part or any um, particular part of the application. Okay, so like if we are going to develop a new screen for any users, like we can say CRMs like customer relationship management system, or we can say like IQA, or we can say like HRMS like human resource management system. So like if we think talking about the HRMS, CRMS, so we are just getting the some high level idea. Like CRMS, like it's relating something which is which is relevant to a customer. If we talk about the HRMS, so which will be basically related to the HR person, okay, for managing the employees and all the things. So we are not getting the exact idea what application will be doing. So like if we any development team is getting involved, so before doing a actual estimation, so development team what can do, like they can create a wireframe, like they can create some prototype of the application, and they can suggest the like owner, product owner, or the whoever is the owner of the application who is targeting to get developed that particular application. So they can approach with that prototype and wireframe to the product owner, and like they can explain the features and functionality of the application before actually starting the development. So that actually gives a good idea to the product owner for developing the application, whether the team is thinking in the right way, or they wanted to add some more features, or they wanted to exclude some more features, so they can think about it. Okay, if like they get some presentation to the wireframe or prototype. Okay, so wireframe is basically a kind of prototype, a kind of design, high level design for the application before actual application getting started for the development. Okay, so we will be talking about today what are the wireframes and how we can create it, and what are the essential way of creating the wireframes. Okay, so here we will be learning today what is the wireframe and prototypes, what are different tools we can use for creating the wireframes, features of wireframe, and what is Wondershare, mock, how we can create that kind of thing. So as I told, like a wireframe is a schematic or blueprint that is useful for helping a programmer and designer to think and communicate about the structure of the software and website they are building. Okay, so doing this work now before any code is written and before the visual design is finalized, we will have a lot of time and painful adjustment for the work later. Like we be showing some our design to other product owner, to the like application development team, so they can think that like yes, we need to develop this particular application or design in this way, and later on they can like directly started working on that without wasting a lot of time. Otherwise what will be happening, like they will be coming to the BA business analyst, or coming to the product owner every time to like get the approval for the small things. Like but they will be, if they will be having any finalized wireframe or finalized prototype, so based upon that they can start the development, and irrespective of like going again and again to the product owner or business analyst person. Okay, so this actually creates a essential role and play a essential role and part of development. Like if we create the wireframe, so it's a good practice creating a wireframe before starting the actual development and get it approved from the product owner, so that we can the development team can smoothly start the development. So like this is the wireframe which I created for my latest one of my latest development. Okay, so you can see that this is the new page. You can see it's a pop-up that we need to develop. So you can see that I put here some labels, I put here some drop downs, I put here some check boxes, I put here some text boxes, text area and buttons. So like whatever the application we are using, like we can like get all these controls and we can place it in the like in blank area, and we can create our high level design for the page and for the application, and we can show that design to the product owner or BA, and we can take the approval for that, and later on we can smoothly start the development. Okay, so that gives us the like actual way of working. Like here you can see, like if we don't have this design created, and we will be directly started working to developing this particular application or this particular page, so we won't be like sure where we need to put the text area, where we would need to put the check boxes or radio buttons or text boxes. Like currently I'm showing here text box. If for the charges, like you can see the here we are showing the three different text boxes. So if the customer is not satisfied with the three text boxes, he want us to like develop an application which we in which he is like expecting some control tool here, like he can put the some dollar amount, he can put some euro amount, he can put some um, uh, rupees amount. So like he can directly suggest, no, don't keep three text boxes here, just put one text box and show us the different amount in based of the like currency and whatever the location or region is. Okay, so that these are actually like I got one change in this wireframe when I reach out to my like actual client to get it approved. So like currently I'm using a drop down here. So what was client expecting, like he wants us from yeah, drop down is right, no issue in that, but he thought more about and he came up with the solution like, no, drop down is fine, but if we can create here a multi checkbox drop down, that would be a great for uh, the like implementation purpose. So that kind of suggestion we can get like once we go for the review for the wireframe with the clients. Okay, so leave that thing, that are the like lots of discussion on that. So let's see how and what can we do through the wireframes. So advantages of using a wireframe. So wireframes display the site architecture visually, that is okay. Wireframes allow to clarification for the website features. Wireframes push usability to the forefront. Wireframes address scalability and use of update. Wireframe help and make the design process iterative. Experience shows it works, and wireframe save time on the entire project. So basically, as I told you, like if we have all the things, like if we have something in our mind, like we are knowing what we need to develop, we can develop that thing in like irrespective of wasting a lot of time. Like we can directly started the working in the that particular part, and we can develop that thing very frequently. But if we are not sure what we need to develop and we started developing the thing, definitely we would be like face lots of challenges, and we would be in a trouble like in understanding like what we need to do and how we need to do. Okay, so basically it creates us the overview of the application. No, this way we need to develop, and after approval, like we can directly start at the development. Okay, so that gives us a lot of confidence, and like that saves our time, that provides us the scalability, that provides us the ease of doing process, and like it's a iterative process, like we knowing, so like multiple people can also work in the same particular design. Okay, so these are the basically high level advantages of using the wireframes. So this type it looks like, if we wanted to introduce some new, like if we have some text box here, or we have some label here, so if we wanted to show some feature like wireframes, like if we wanted to tell the client like this particular changes for this purpose, so that we can put here. And it is basically showing the wireframes allow us to focus on the usability and conversion paths. Okay, like you can see here, we have a multiple like menu items like commercial, real estate, sustainability, about us, find properties. So this way, like we can tell the like on our BA business architect to, like, we are going to develop this way. So please tell us, suggest us below. It looks good, or we need to do some changes or something. So this way we can suggest. Okay, sorry. So how can we develop that wireframes and prototype? So the best, not we can say the best, it's a traditional approach. Like earlier, people were using a country, they were also using a PowerPoint. Okay, so in the PowerPoint, like we can take some like boxes, we can take some controls, and we can show in a high level, like this page will get displayed in a this way. Okay, so like you knowing, we have in PowerPoint, we have a multiple controls. Okay, let me show you if I can show. You can see here design, layout, and we also have a multiple controls, shapes. You can see. So in case of button, we can take the check boxes. In case of tables, we can take the multiple boxes. We can take the directions. We can take the labels. We can put the text box in between, and based upon that, like we can create the design. Okay, so this is the traditional approach, like people were following. Some people are recently currently also following, but I'm not suggesting this is the creating a wireframe, but it's a kind of like it doesn't look like a same. I always prefer to the like creating the wireframe which looks like which looks alike the design we going to develop. Okay, so one way is creating wireframe through the PPT, one way is creating wireframe through the Excel, and the third way is like creating the wireframe or prototype through the HTML. So that is also a good way. So if we have something already developed in our application, and if we need some small changes in our application, so like we can do that thing through the HTML. Like if we have some table and we need to add some more columns in that table, so we can directly go to the DOM, and we can add new attribute in a HTML table, and we can directly create the design and show to the customer. Like this way, after creating the this particular column, this will look like this way. Okay, or in the case like if we wanted to show that column in Excel, so in the Excel you can also create that particular design. So these are the three ways, and the four ways using the tool. So we have a multiple tools like Wondershare, Mockitup, and Visio. So currently I will be showing you the how to get the wireframe through the Wondershare. Okay, so Wondershare is actually a good tool that provide you multiple feature to work upon that. Okay, so after this I will be showing you how to create a wireframe in the using the Wondershare. Okay, so I'm showing you here the different wireframes I have created, so that I can explain you how it looks like after completion. Okay, so I had a one screen for the like this kind of report table was getting generated through that um, screen. So here the user wants to add one column. Okay, using that column, like user can redirect to one pop-up, and that pop-up have all the like input fields, in which user can provide some fields detail, and user would be able to log in into the no user can would be able to add the some violation kinds of policy violation thing. Okay, so it's a travel detail page. So you can see here earlier there was no this skin is not yet developed. User just wanted to see the wireframe or kind of prototype, so that user can get the understanding how it will look like, and where the place where it will get displayed. Okay, so I just created one wireframe. So what I did, I just make some HTML changes in the DOM for this page, and after making the changes, this particular last row get displayed. Okay, so that user can easily see here, like, oh, after implementation, this policy violation column will get displayed, and inside each row there would be a one add button. Clicking on that add, user would be able to get the one pop-up in which user can add some violation details. Okay, violation like, this report is basically for the traveling purpose. So user may have some expense related to hotel fare. So user can, like, so the user is submitting some hotel details, so user is submitting some fare details, but after verification, manager is getting like, no, these details are not accurate or not proper, or you are like reimbursing more than the expected amount. So on that case, like, manager can add the violation. For that, user is expecting this particular column for each itinerary. Itinerary is basically, you can say, a reimbursement number. Okay, so once user would be clicking on this add button, one pop-up will get displayed, this kind of pop-up. So you are seeing here, it looks like it's been already developed, this particular column, but it is not developed. What I did, I just copied the last receipts. This is receipts TD means TD, you can say. So inside the, like, TD, there are multiple TRs. So I copied just that TR and I put that thing here as it is. Okay, so after that, the same view button get displayed in the last column. So I just name that view to the add. So like, it is look like a same, so we can directly, like, go to the user and so that, like, this is the report and this policy violation column will get displayed, and once user click on this add button, and this pop-up will get displayed, this pop-up. So this pop-up basically I created through Wondershare Market, one online web application is there. Okay, so that is basically a free web application for few days. After few days, you will have to pay some amount, but yes, you can take the advantages for that much, like, for that days. Okay, so I had a one Gmail ID, so I directly logged in into the application, and I got the subscription for few days. So I just created this wireframe. Okay, so I am going to tell you how to create this wireframe in Wondershare Market application. So I told you, I told, so I hope, guys, you understood what I'm going to tell you here. Like, you just click on this add button, so one pop-up will get displayed. So we can create that pop-up in HTML as well, but instead of creating HTML, I tried to go through you through the one online application which will definitely help you to create the wireframes. Okay, so let's go to the application and see how it works. So this is the application. You can see a Wondershare Market app.wondershare.com. I recently logged in into this application, so I have a subscription for few days. Okay, earlier I had a one more ID, so you can see 4 days left. After that, I would need to buy for that. So what I need to create here, I need to create a prototype. So let's create one prototype template here. It's taking time. Okay, so you can see some already screens are there. Okay, so this is the mobile screen basically. So we are not going to create here the mobile screen. So we have screen 1 and screen 2 and screen 1 and 2. I think both are looks like same. Okay, this is the second. So basically we are not going to create for the mobile application, we are going to create for the web application. So we can choose that thing here. Okay, so it is showing for iPhone 12, so we don't need to go for the iPhone, we have to go for the web page. Okay, so after changing the web page, it will look like this way. Okay, this way it will look like, so I don't need of the all this, so I'm removing all so that we can get the neat and clear workspace so that I can add expected things. Removing all these all are not required, or else while we can add one more screen, so definitely that will come as a blank, so that will help you to like get the exact page. Okay, so this will is coming as a blank, so this is the good. Let's expand it some. Okay, okay, so how we need to create, so let's see what is things are there in the word file. So firstly the traveler name, itinerary number and location. Okay, so traveler name is Tom Miller, and so this is the these are the simple text, so we can just create the take a text here. Firstly, before that, take a box. Okay, so that we can put all the things inside the box, so it will look like a pop-up. So you can expect the design as you want. So second thing is text box, so let's create a one text box here. We are working on text box is here, but that box, where is that box? The box is not there, so you can also do control Z. So control Z will allow you to like um, reverse the undo the changes. Okay, so you can do that also. Let me take that box again, because it has been disappeared due to some reason. I don't know why it is not coming. Oh, is this? Okay, so you just need to pull and put, then only it will come. Okay, so this box is here. Okay, so basically this box is nothing but your pop-up. You can make the changes. You can also like the word opacity, and I saw some, yeah, shadow, so that will give you some good appearing thing here, like shadow kind of. Okay, you can also color the shadow, like I'm putting here green because my user is expecting green thing. Okay, so it's looking like a green. Okay, so it's a green. So next what we need to do, we need to put the text box here. We need to put the text box here. Okay, so let's change the text. Firstly need to upgrade it to 20. Okay, and what the text we need to put here, and the text is already appearing here, so we can put the traveler. Okay, whatever the traveler name is, we did not change the. Okay, so whatever the traveler name, we can make it 24. It is not look. Okay, so traveler, now it's look like looking good. So traveler, what was the traveler name? Son. That's the name. Son Miller. Okay, so it's AW Son Miller. Okay, so this would be going to be a traveler name, so we can extend it so it will come on the same row. Okay, so traveler is there. Control. What I need to change this color also, because my client is expecting all in a green, so I am putting all this thing in a green. Okay, so traveler name is there. No problem. Control C is here. Control B. Okay, so C is there. We will update the second name. What was the second is itinerary number. Okay, so we will make here itinerary number. Itinerary. Itinerary. So what is the number there? 76835. 763. Both looks same. Okay. So here we are going to put violation type drop down. Okay, so let me put the drop down here. This is the drop down. Okay, you can update the text and everything. So we can also put the drop down values like hotel. Put first option is hotel. Okay, but that will not get displayed actually. So we can also put this 24. Okay, and the color we are putting here is green, and we also put the stroke. It will look like this, and then the value is coming here, so we can change the name here. Violation type. Okay, so once we enter, so it should get this. It is not changing, so this text we can change. Okay, violation type. Okay, so it will look like this. Now the second is I need to make this a text box, so we are making a text box here. So let's take a text box. Is there any you looking text box? Not getting. Now let's see the text box. So what can we do? We can put this rectangle here, so that will look like the same as a text box. Okay, so just we need to take care of its height and width so that it can look like the same. So we will put this text box here, and we will also copy this, put here. Okay, so we will put here. So what will happen? It will give us the text box for location. Okay, it will look like this. We can put this location thing here, and this text will just beside of it. Okay, it will look like this. This will look like this. Okay, so location text box is there, and now we need to put here a multi-select drop down. Okay, so let's put one more drop down here. If there is any multi-select drop down, I don't see, so okay, menu collapse. So I think we need to put here a drop down kind of thing. This way I think. Instead of doing this, let's where would we put it? Okay, so just copy this, Control C, and put here Control V. Okay, so we will be having the same multi-select drop down. So instead of here, it will look like this, and instead of violation, what we will put here? Category. This is the violation category. So here we can put the violation category, the name here, violation type is there. Okay, so here we can select a different category. Okay, this will look like this. And one more text box we need to put for charges. Okay, so we can clicking shift plus control now, you press shift with this text box and control, you would be able to select this. Okay, then you can copy and click here and paste. Okay, so you just have to you can just stitch, come here with the. So what we need to do, we just here need to update this thing. Yes. Okay, so this charges text box will be here, so it will be taking all this values from the charges, and then description is there. Okay, so for the description we need to take this thing to delete. Is it saving? I hope. Wires and putting. Okay, 3.2. Then they renamed. So now what we need to put here next? Text area. So we will be getting text area here. This is the text area. Okay, so that we can put here. Okay, so based upon the need we can expand it. This will going to be a text area, so I'm also making this 20 text area, and the text going to be the green also. Okay, and the description we need to put. So what can we do? We can copy this. See, just take it below a little bit and Control V. Okay, so this text, just we need to rename the text so it will become as a description. Okay, description. Okay, so description is also gets created, you can see. Okay, what we need to do next, we need to add a add button. Okay, so let's go here. The button is here, so just go up and add a button here. Okay. Then we need to arrange it. I put here as a okay. So text is 24 here also. 24. Okay. And instead of button, what we can put add. Okay, and the color is going to be a green, as I'm selecting already for all. Not changed. Okay, the add and button is also there. We need to expand this. Can't we expand? Since we need to put one Excel sheet here, I'm expanding. Okay. Okay, so what we need to put next is the Excel. So go there. There could be a one table type something. Let's see if there is any table. Image rectangle. We need to put here something kind of page note. Bars, donut, layout, focus. These are the charts. So there's table. No table. How to put that? This is the table. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so okay, you can put this way. The table is here. So 4 rows, 4 columns. So instead of 4, I need a fifth column as well. Fifth column is going to be okay. This is fine. This thing we need to border we can put 2. Then it will look like this. Okay. So this color I need to change. So how can I change this color? This color is there. So we can do green. Okay. Horizontal we can also put the green table. So table will look like this ultimately. And what the columns I need to put here. Okay. Instead of black I need to put here. Is there text? Yes, text is there. Instead of this we can put a light color something. Very light. Okay. This light will work, and what the text we need to put is there. B will also work. So what the name I need to give here? Violation type. Violation type. Okay. Instead of 24 I need to. The color is dark green. So I think we can make the background white. That would look good. That color is green. Dark green. Okay. Control C. Control V. Control V. Control V. Okay. So what can we do? We can make the changes for this. Self fill. Make it white. Okay. It will look good. Violation type. What is the second one? Is description. Put here the description. Okay, and the size is 24 and the color is green. This green type is bold. And the second is added violation category. So it is going to be a 24 and the color is going to be a dark green. The setting is going to be a B. Okay, so let's make it a little. Next is charges. 24 and the setting is going to be okay, and the third one is action. It is going to be 24 and the color is going to be green and it is going to be okay. So it's been completed almost. The color is going to be different. Dark green. Violation type, description, chart. 4 things are there. Now we need to create one submit button. You can just copy here and paste. Change the name to submit. Okay. So this way it will look like. Control S. The charger violation category. Only the ordinary number location text box is there. So I think okay, fine. We can make it more longer. The violation category is there. Charges. Okay, so now I think this has been completed. So what can we do? We can save it once. Save. And we can download it. Okay, so we can export in PDF, PNG, image and HTML also. So we can export it. Let's see how it will look like after exporting. It is taking some time. I think it is due to the network speed. I think my speed is slow. You can also delete it. This is not required. Okay, so now it's been downloaded. Open it and see how it looks like. See, the same I was showing you here in the Word file. Okay, it looks like same here. Okay, that I delete this thing I deleted, so it will look like this. Okay, thank you so much for the watching. It was the all, and as per your need you can also add some more controls here, and it will definitely be helpful you to present your requirements in front of customer. Okay, so thank you so much for the watching. Hope you all are doing well. Thank you for the watching. See you on the next video.